Good morning. This is a wake-up call with Josh and Val.
In today's episode, our guest will be Jae Head.
He's an actor that you may know from the movies like Hancock, The Blind Side, or TV show Friday Night Lights. So here is Jae Head.
The craziest story I have as far as rejection, and this is when people ask me, is Hollywood really nuts and are they really mean out there? This is the story I tell them. My first year out there, before I did How I Met Your Mother, before I did anything, I was 7 years old, and I don't even know how we pulled it off. My manager had gotten me a sit down with a producer from the Disney Channel. You know, like literally, like all they do is work with kids, right? Mm-hmm. And so it was me and my dad, and we went in, and I sat in just like what we're doing, and I sat down in a chair. And they asked me questions and whatever. Well, I'm raised in the middle of nowhere in Texas. I was raised very old school. So I was raised to sit up straight, yes ma'am, no ma'am, very prim and proper. You know, you don't, you know what I mean? You answer, you get straight to, all that. And I remembered because that's just how I was raised. I left that meeting. I was like, oh, it went great. They were so nice. They were, I thought I did really well. Me and my dad were so pumped. And my manager called and said, what did you do? We were like, what do you mean? They said, that producer said, and I quote, don't ever bring that kid back in here ever again. He has the personality of a 75-year-old man. He will never work in this business. Like, that's what they told a 7-year-old child. They were like, don't bring him back here. We don't want him around here. He's not that kind of, he's not energetic enough. He was boring to talk to. He will never do anything.
How did you deal with that?
So, I was just like, we were shocked because I was like, I figured out a lot about life as a very early, as a kid. That was the first time you always hear the expression that life is like a class, except it gives the exam first and then the lesson after. It's exactly how that was. I got the test first, and then I realized, oh, okay, so don't be doing that. So literally, like a year later, I got another meeting. I think this might have even been with the same person. I don't even remember. And that night, the night before that, I'll never forget, my dad literally took me to the grocery store, and we bought any kind of chocolate, any kind of sugar, anything we could think of that was just going to juice me up. So I walked into that meeting, and it's like all I had. I had it for dinner the night before. I had it for breakfast that morning. And so I was 8 years old, literally running off of sugar. I came in that room bouncing off the walls. I didn't stop talking the whole time. I didn't shut up. I literally kept going and going and going. And we left that meeting, and we were like, well, hope that one went better. And my manager called and said, they love you. They thought it was amazing. They thought you were great. So, we figured that out real quick. But that's why I always tell people is it's a crazy business, and they will tell you anything they want. They don't care. There's a silver lining in all this this chaos that we're in right now was that everybody at the end of this should come out with.
This show is brought to you by the Beating the Odds Foundation.
If you want to learn more about the Beating the Odds Foundation, please visit their website right here, beatingtheodds.org, right here.
Learn it, breathe it, live it.